Okay, welcome to a regular meeting of the City Council of the City of Pearsall, to be held today, Tuesday, March 10th, 2020 at 7 p.m. at Pearsall City Hall, 15 South Ash Street, Pearsall, Texas. We need to call this meeting to order, so we need a roll call, please.
Mary Moore. Julian Hernandez.
Present.
Richard Gandra. Sonia Hernandez. Here. Brenda Trevino. Here. Robert Villarreal. Roland Segovia.
Here.
Davina Rodriguez. Here.
Okay, we do have a quorum, so we will proceed. Mr. Ponce, will you lead us in the prayer, please?
Heavenly Father, Lord God, we just thank you for another day, Lord, to be here, Father God, as we are gathered to conduct business, Lord, on behalf of your children of Pearsall. Lord God, we ask that you just give us a like-minded and spirit to guide every decision for the benefit of the citizens of this community, Lord, that we would act and move, Lord, as you have guided us with love and with just the best of intentions for everything we're going to do, Father God. We place this city in your hands. We place the decision makers in your hands, Lord God. But we know that you want to lift this city up, Father God, so that you can be glorified, so people would see this city and recognize a united and blessed community. We ask this all in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have any citizens to be heard? No? We're going to start today with new business. Item 6A, discuss and consider the HOP grant program funding request application submitted by the Frio County 4-H Clay Busters for the Frio County 4-H Clay Busters South Texas 4-H Scholarship Shootout to be held on April 4th and 5th, 2020. This is an action item.
Make the motion.
Motion on the table.
Second.
And a second. All in favor? Yes, sir.
Mayor Pro Tem, Council, good evening. This item here, on page 37 of your packets, you'll see that there's a request for funding from hotel occupancy tax. From what I gather, this has been funding that the city has provided from year to year. I believe this year, and I believe we have some members from the 4-H, they're also here as well. So it's a yearly event the city helps sponsor. I believe the request this year is for $33,750. I believe last year the request $5,000 and the city approved. It's a pretty detailed application. I think they did a good job of preparing it. Whoever prepared it, we probably need to have them give a presentation to everybody. That's fun because it is well prepared. So nonetheless, I recommend that you approve the request, and I'm sure they're here to answer any questions that you may have.
I have just one
Question?
There's just a quick typo on the letter on the events facility that have been held before. You have 2019 twice, and it should be 2018.
Right.
Other than that, everything's good.
Does the group have anything to say? Coach?
Good evening, Council. My name is Jackson Beaver, and I'm here on behalf of the Frio County 4-H Clay Busters. Joining me tonight are teammates Derek Rodriguez and Madison Brown. I would like to recognize a few of our accomplished shooters. One of us is with us here tonight, Madison Brown, and two others who unfortunately could not be with us, Riley Smothers and Ty Heyman. They recently attended a shoot in San Antonio, the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo Junior Shootout, and each of them came home with a $10,000 scholarship.
Wow.
Right.
Congratulations.
Well, I'd first like to start off by saying how grateful I am to be in this program. It is a great program. It's been a big factor in my life, and I've had many social and educational opportunities, opportunities to help better myself in those ways. For the past several years, we've been holding, in early April, we've been holding a shoot, but for the most recent of those 4 years, we've been having a 2-day whiz-bang qualifier shoot. Last year we had 160 attendees, some of which were from way out of the way, Harlingen, Crockett, Spring Branch. But this year we are expecting bigger numbers, because this year we have decided to award scholarships. Now, we are awarding around $5,450 worth of scholarships, but between the first through third place contestants in each age group or class, whatever you want to call it. And then last year, the city of Pearsall did contribute $5,000 for the for funding assistance of clay targets. Now, whenever the day was done, it was all over. The revenue generated from that shoot went to smaller expenses such as buying new machines and fixing some of the older ones, but also giving our graduating seniors, the club's graduating seniors, $500 scholarship. This year, we do humbly ask that the city of Pearsall contribute $3,750, but we will be more than grateful for any amount we do contribute. Do I have any questions?
Council have any questions, comments? I would like to thank the group for coming forth and bringing us information after the event. I think that's very helpful to us, and shows the care that you put into the program. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any more discussion? Okay, if there's no more discussion, then we need to address this item.
Mayor, I'll make a motion that we go ahead and approve this item.
Okay, there's a motion to approve $3,750 requested by the Forge Clay Busters Group. Is there a second?
Second.
And a second. All in favor? It is approved. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, this time we'll go back to item 5A, presentation by Republic Services to discuss existing waste collection services and potential changes to contract to address brush collection services. Is that what we're going to do?
Good evening, Mayor. Council, how are y'all doing tonight?
Good, sir.
It's been about a year since I've been up there on the podium. Last time was at the library. But, Republic has had the service now, it's a year, March 1st, and, we just want to come in and give you an update of, how things are going, where we're headed, and where we'd like to work with the city to try to improve some of our services. And guys, bear with me, y'all have to remember that I'm old, I'm an Aggie, and so this is all new to me. And I've got Phil Delores with me, division manager, and she kind of had to coach me through this. But this is just a waste partnership services between the Republic Services and the City of Pearsall. Button right here, there we go. Commercial service. Commercial, we provide service to over 240 commercial customers in the City of Pearsall. We service up to 5 days a week. And our container sizes range from 2 yards, as you see, to 8 yards. Republic Services has a rating of 99.6 of reliability of servicing that garbage container on that day. By our same, we'll handle it from here. Industrial services. Republic Services provides industrial services for, and I had to learn a new term to roll off, to several customers, but in the city, including but not limited to construction projects, cleanups, collection station, HEB, and the GEO facility. Residential service. We provide residential service to over 2,450 homes in the Pearsall community. Includes service to over 450 senior citizens at a discounted rate. which is what we worked together with the city last year to try to assist the senior citizens. Service includes one 96-gallon cart with the option of adding an additional cart at a discounted rate, which is a lot less than the first can. As y'all know, the second can is a lot less expensive. The resident can also put out 5 bags or bundle of organic waste with cart service.
Those are not exclusive to senior citizens.
No, any residential customer can put out 5 bags of leaves
The second.
or yard, not so much branches are hard to get in a garbage bag, but if you've got some small cuttings, we allow 5 bags to be next to the garbage can that we service each week.
Very quick question. Mr. Reyes, do we know what percentage of our senior citizens are taking it back?
Just like,
I don't know that, I don't know, it may be more of an informational piece we need to send out, make sure they're aware of it.
And I think we got it out to them, because when we did this, I was expecting like 200. I was told by someone previously that there were like 200 senior citizens in town. And after getting with Anita and her, looking at her files, it went to 450 or over, a little over 450
Accounts.
So I think that, some way, through y'all's building, she could identify all senior citizens. And she did a real good job too of, not letting somebody come in for me and say that I was a senior and, policing it. That was a big concern that we had.
she's been here 40 years, so
No,
she knows the
she's only
customer.
39.
She knows the customer.
No, not 40. But she knows her customers.
She knows the customer doing
This is what's going on now with the bulk and brush service. As per contract, brush is twice a month curbside. Customer must call in and be placed on the list a week prior to service. Size limit is 2 cubic yards. We're currently performing sweeps of the entire city completed on an average of 6 weeks despite what's on the list. All brush is picked up regardless of size during the sweep. On the bulk, it's semi-annual, spring and fall. Bulk must be placed at curbside a week prior to pickup. Size limit is 4 cubic yards. Semi-annual service during fall and spring. We pick up the curbside, you pick up everything regardless of size. All we've been asking there, and we've been doing it a long time, is just somebody from the city back us up. And now we have a good compliance officer in town that, you'll have people knock down a whole trailer house and want us to pick it up. And right now, if it's 5 or 6 yards, that's fine. But when you have 30 yards out there, we need some backup from the city, come and say, hey, you're out of compliance here, this is a little more than, we've been doing this for 12 years now, it's a little more than what we can do. And the option that y'all always provide that most cities don't is a collection station they can take it to. And here's just an overview.
I have a quick question.
Okay.
On the semi-annual service, spring and fall, is it possible to get a fixed schedule somehow, like say the first week in April, that would be pure salt? Something that's a little bit more regular so we can all wrap our heads around and say, we're gonna be cleaning up.
And that's something that we need to sit down and talk about. Bill, I think we can do it, but we need to look, we have to tie you in with our other cities because we're trying to incorporate I call them brush trucks, but big graphic trucks, they can make us a lot more efficient. So that we need to pick some weeks and check and say, okay, we can do it the 3rd week of April and the 4th week of September because we've got availability. Because we do have a few cities, and we're using these trucks out of San Antonio to help us with the bulk, that they may be in Windcrest, the 3rd week of April. So we may say we can use the 2nd week of April. So I just need to sit down with Fred and y'all pass on your comments to him. And, that's something we definitely put in the schedule a year out. And as many people that Facebook and Pearsall, the word will get out through y'all's postings on your Facebook page. This is our opportunities that we wanted to discuss with you. We do this in several other communities. service the city once a quarter on brush. Increase the size limit from 2 yards to 8 yards. Remove requirement of list. And I'll explain you that. On average, 15 people call to be on the list. Just last month, we did the sweep and we picked up more than 120 homes. So less than 10% are calling in to get on the list. And we've been doing that for the last year, sweeping it, every month and a half. And, it's just, we've been doing this for 10 years and they wait till somebody comes and gets it.
Mayor Pro Tem, just so you guys know, on page 15 of your, it's on section 3.08, which he's referring to as far as the actual purpose of the contract. It is, they have to call them to the contract to be put on the list. But it is part of what's currently active as far as the process. The customer wants something picked up, they have to go and call.
Right. And we did it that way in the old days too, so we could schedule. We didn't have to drive all over town to find 20 potholes. That way we could say, hey, there's 2 on First Street, there's 5 on Third Street. But by doing the complete sweep, we removed that from the equation. With more brush is picked up per resident, city staff gets time back by not having to take calls and manage a list. City is clean more weeks out of the year. So if we did look at it quarterly, they should only have brush out, say 8 weeks, a week before the pickup and the actual week of the pickup. And, since I've been in the business, I looked a lot harder than other people, but when I drive to a city, I notice things like that. Oh, there's brush out there, there's garbage. And I think that's a big key point that we keep in the city of Pearsall, which over the years I've grown to love, and I live 20 miles down the road. We keep the appearance of Pearsall looking better. And we'll remove that idea of people dragging brush out whenever they want, not calling in. We take them out of the equation. And it'll help structure data support for code compliance. That lets the compliance officer, when he knows he goes by and brush is scheduled for the second week of April, and it's the first week of May, and somebody's drug brush out, then he has something to approach him about and try to get it corrected. And it's revenue for the city through resident accountability. That he can write a ticket for somebody to have brush out illegally.
So you're proposing this instead of the twice a month?
Right.
On Thursday?
And get rid of the list. So they have to quit taking those calls, making a list, sending us a list, get rid of the list, and we would tell you, hey, on, June, first week of June, we're picking up brush. And we can post it for the rest of the year where the citizens can realize it. And then next year we'll give you, by the 1st of December, we'll give you the 4 dates that we're gonna pick you up. So everybody knows, hey, and generally brush should be real heavy in the spring. That first quarter, the first quarter, the second quarter, but we all know it doesn't rain. Starting May, June, July, and, but we give you a whole schedule of when we be here. And I think it'll improve the communication with the citizens. That they know, hey, the second week of May, they're coming for brush, I better get mine cut. Because invariably, whether it's bulk or brush, 30% of the people cut it or put it out after they see us drive down the road. And then they call in and say, they didn't pick my bulk up 3 days later. And we say, well, we were over there Monday. We did this section of town on Monday. But they just, we always go back and pick it up. We're just looking to have some help with some teeth with the compliance part of it. And we've started in other communities, and we'll probably do it here too, is that have the compliance person, we tell them, hey, we did this street to this street to that street. Would you please check it out so you can sign off on it, that it's been done and completed? And that way, when they call 2 weeks later and go, I had it out here on May 1st and they didn't pick it up. No, you didn't. We had 2 different sets of eyes looking at it. And, we're honored to be a part of the Pearsall community. Thank Fred and his staff for the continuous support. Additionally, we appreciate the mayor and the council for allowing us this opportunity, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. No, not you.
Sir, I've known you for a long time, and I want to thank you for your service that you've done to the other companies that you've worked for and carried on to the service of the city of Pearsall. I remember when on the quarterly cleanups, we used to pick up between 50 and 60 roll-offs, because this town was very close. And gradually, it's getting better. It's not great, but it's getting better.
A lot better.
Well, this might be over your head, and it's a concern that I have, and it's a concern that council members have, and citizens of Pearsall have. And like I said, this might go into litigation, this might go into attorneys, you know, this might be over your head. But the part that I'm looking at, and like I said, with all due respect to everything y'all done, you know, it's great. But I'm talking about the brush that's on the transfer station.
Right.
According to the contract, when y'all bought the rights of ACI, okay, in 2010 or whatever it was, I'm sorry, the contract was awarded to ACI in 2010 and then carried on over for another 5 years. In 2015, according to the contract, you are supposed to take full responsibility, I'm talking Republic, take full responsibility of all duties, canisters, and everything in the city of Pearsall, according to the contract. There's a section there that talks about the debris and everything that y'all need to pick up within the city limits of the city of Pearsall. And I need to ask this question to the city attorney, but first I need to explain to you why I was asking this question. Because it talks about,
Contractors shall have the sole and exclusive franchise license and privilege to provide residential, commercial, and industrial refuse, construction debris, demolition, land clearing debris, and all municipal solid waste collection and removal from within the corporate limits of the city, including those customers outside the city limits receiving city services for the term of this contract and all renewals hereof.
and what I'm trying to get to, sir, is that, you know, I know part of it is the problem of the city of Pearsall, because we see that problem, and I'm not trying to blame Fred and the staff, but as time goes on, year after year, that brush is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And we see it, but yet nothing is done.
Right.
And here we are again talking about it, but nothing is done. So the only thing I could do was go into the contract, see if there was anything in the contract that would try to help us, you know, and work with y'all to try to take care of that problem, that situation we have here.
Right.
And I did the best I came up with, but like I said, that'll be a question of the attorney, that if that falls under the responsibility of the Republic when it talks about removing all brush and everything from within the city of Pearsall.
And I'm not a legal expert, don't claim to be, you know, like I said, Bobby would have to look at it, but that's a problem and an issue that goes back to 25 years ago. And it's always been a problem. I worked for one of the other companies that had the contract 25 years ago. And that's when the brush pile started. And then the previous two companies before ACI did not pick up brush at all. And they, so where was it going if they didn't pick it up? Since ACI came in and then Republic, brush has been picked up. We've offered that service to the citizens of Pearsall. So where's that brush coming from? And I think that Fred and I've looked at it, and, you know, we look, the controls, that is the city's collection station, permitted through the city. And over the years, I don't know that the controls have been there, that people just drive by and dump brush. And I'll sometimes wonder, and Fred and I've had this conversation, that we don't have neighboring cities bringing brush up here. Because generally how brush works, when somebody wants a big brush job done at their house, you know, I say, okay, Mr. Vino, that's $1,000 for me to trim your brush. And you say, okay, you gotta haul it off. Okay, I'll haul it off. So I take that $1,000 and Mr. Vino thinks that, oh, he's gotta pay $200 or $300 to get rid of that stuff. I load it on that trailer and drive right over there and dump it off. And pocket that $1,000. And, you know, the city has never charged for that, for the brush there. And I think it's not an issue of the last year, it's an issue of the last 20 years. And, you know, as Fred and I have spoken, we're not a mulching company, and we're not an incineration company, but we have partners that are. And we've given Fred some of these names of people that do that. Because as a businessman, you know, actually like anything else, I want to save Pearsall money. So, but if I say, okay, here, we're going to hire this third-party mulching company, bring them in, I've got to mark it up for handling the money. And, so I don't want to do that to the city of Pearsall. So it'd be better for me to say, contact this guy, contact that guy. But as I explained to Fred, and Brandon, you're a son, you may remember, 2 years ago, I had a mulching company come in for a week or 2 weeks. You remember that? I can't remember how long ago it was.
It's 5 years.
Was it 5 years ago? Time flies. You get to be my age, everything seems like.
And it wasn't very much work.
Right. But first and foremost, we've got to cut it off. I mean, people going in there. And we got to stop the bleeding. And I looked at it and I told Fred, there's a lot of dirt underneath there. It's just not straight up brush. There's other stuff. You know, the pile may look 8 foot high, but there may be only 4 foot brush. So it's hard to figure out how many cubic yards are. But that's what we're here saying, that if people put the brush out on the curb, we'll pick it up. Yes, sir.
No, sir, can I ask that question to the attorney? Bob, the part that we discussed, that's in the contract, can you explain to the council on the legalities of whether the city of Pearsall has any standing on that, any legalities?
I'm really not sure what the question is, but what you're referencing there is that it's essentially, it's a preamble to the contract. Because if you'll notice, the pages that follow are the definitions and sections and subsections of the contract. But essentially, that's designed to say that they are the only ones who can collect and dispose. So that's what the purpose of the paragraph is, to say that nobody other than the public in this particular case can collect and dispose. So that's the intent of that particular paragraph. That anything that's generated by the city is theirs to remove and dispose. No other company can come in and do business for solid waste collection and disposal.
This is just a presentation, right? It's no action.
Right, there's no action, but that's something I want to throw out to y'all tonight, to think about. And if you want to talk more about it or have a workshop or anything, just, you know, call me, get with me, and I'll explain any questions you have on it. But that's just an opportunity that we're throwing out there to relieve a lot of the city's responsibilities and to make sure that these customers don't have to call in. We'll get everything, get a bigger pile, and keep the city a better looking city more weeks of the year.
Like I said, sir, I appreciate everything you've done for the city of Pearsall. But that's my only concern is at Brush Autumn. Because, like I said, it might be a fire hazard. And somebody might just pass by there one of these days and just.
No comment.
If I may,
Go ahead.
I appreciate what Mr. Segovia is discussing. brush pickup for bulky waste, residential, commercial, industrial, what have you, all of the language concerning collection and disposal in the contract is typically outside of what has been created south of town. So if you look at the way everything is described and defined and stated in the contract, it doesn't contemplate that there would ever be that pile of brush that is out there. And I think, one of the things that Blake was saying was that it developed over the years, and it developed somehow outside of the contract, because it's still outside of the contract as to how it can be created and allowed to exist. And the city has its role in enforcing and maintaining and making sure that that doesn't happen, because it's not something that they could create on their own, even now if you tried to. So, but it will, as I'm sure Blake understands, it's gonna take an effort and cooperation between the city and you folks to try to figure out a way
Right.
to get rid of it.
And we understand.
Yes, and of course, to keep it from growing and larger, but also try to get rid of it the sooner the better, because potentially, especially with summer coming along
Right.
and it getting drier, potentially, something bad can always happen. So, we of course certainly hope you guys can help out with the solution.
And we've been working closely with Chris Santos on that. And, but we expect too, that when you shut the doors down for the brush out there, our business is going to increase. And then that's our responsibility to pick the brush up and curbside it, so there's no more brush going in there. First, we got to stop the problem, and then we get it corrected, but we've got to stop the problem.
Because the contracts always contain definitions where the brush and bulky waste, it was defined so that it would be collected at the point, the customer point.
Right.
And then you had parameters in terms of size that are
Right.
defined.
Right.
So even now, as in the past, it should have never been able to been approved down there.
And, not many cities provide it, but Pearsall does a collection station. That when you have that out of cycle little construction project or cleaning up the yard, the city provides its citizens a place to take it. And, been like that as long as I can remember, and that's something that kudos to y'all for providing that to your citizens. And, I just think back of years ago, we got that, we provide the roll-off containers out there, and you pay by the pound, and we had a tornado through town 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when half the homes in town got new roofs.
It was Katrina. Okay.
What?
That was 2010.
No, it was sometime during my tenure, but I thought a tornado came through town, like 2015, 2014. But there's something that damaged a bunch of roofs. Because your fly-by-night roofing company showed up. There was that many damages, they were in town, and they were here one week, got their money, and gone the next week.
But typically, your transfer stations, if a city is going to provide one, you will do it in conjunction with, or under contract with, your waste hauler.
Right.
Because you need to make sure that you enforce what can be collected, who's gonna man it, and more importantly, who's gonna get rid of it. So you can have a transportation station, other cities do, but they always make sure it's still within the context of the same contract or a separate contract, which in this case would be the problem. So you still make sure you define who can dump, where, when, how much debris, what it's gonna cost, and who's gonna haul it off. So that you don't have the accumulation.
Right, and I think you're familiar with the town closest to Pearsall is Pleasanton, which we do the quarterly brush, and it's worked real well doing the quarterly. They got more oak trees than you can imagine.
So are the quarterly pickups gonna affect the monthly rates?
No,
No?
no, they won't affect the monthly rates because we're picking up more brush just less time.
Or the garbage rates, I'm sorry.
So like it would, but it would affect that condition of 3.08 there that says, I think it reads, the brush pickup shall provide no additional charges to brush curbside item pickups twice per month. That's the section. that-
Right, we would go to quarterly, but we pick up more brush.
There wouldn't be a need for customers to call. We would make that revision to that piece of the contract.
I think it would work better for the community to know that we got set days or set weeks, and we can get to that.
Right. And it's gonna be a little trial and error period. I mean, I wish we could, when we make changes, it just roll over and be perfect. But it's gonna take support both from the Republic and from the city of Pearsall to, how do I wanna say this, curb them into compliance, you know. But it'll work. And I'm just, you know, I come through town every week and I look down streets and I look, and, you know, Hilda and her team have jumped up and started getting, you know, instead of the 10 homes that call in, we'll do a sweep and get 120 homes. So you can imagine what it would look like if we didn't go get those extra 100 homes, you know, every 6 weeks. But then, the thing amazing to me is that then they'll call in after 2 months and go, "I only picked my brush up in 2 months." "Well, sir, did you call in?" "No." And we've been doing this for 10 years.
Are we gonna stop collecting all that brush?
That's one of the recommendations that Blake did mention that. I would say, again, based on what we've seen, what I've seen the short time I've been here, there does need to be a stop to the meeting. I mean, there really does. And I know we're not in a improving situation. We haven't done anything with the waste. All I know is just getting closer to the park. And I can visibly see it. I can't tell you how much material is out there, but I know it's significant. So I know it would be some of the customers will definitely have an issue. And I think Hector has some data. We won't have a lot of that as far as, you know, who's dumping or how much is being dumped, but we do have a little bit of information to share with you. And I believe, in just a little research that we did, I believe 80%, give or take 80% of what's being taken out there, I'm talking loads as far as people, 80% of that is brush, and 20% is other material. So you do see that the majority of the stuff taken out there is brush.
Well, I think one of the big issues with that is that nobody, I mean, they would say that, oh, okay, let me see if you're really hauling brush. And then, but they just kind of like skim over, you know, and then they just, they don't have anybody going over there and saying, oh, we need to put it right here. So people are just going and they just pick a spot and then they just dump it. And so it just keeps growing bigger and bigger. And so there's these big piles.
There's a big hole in the
Yeah.
middle of that thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I walked up and tried to get through, and I couldn't get through, but I could see airspace and dirt space
Yeah.
inside the pot.
You do have where, again, where there's one person out there most of the time, so I can tell you that there's not any management issues that we like.
No, but I'm not talking about just now. I'm talking about years that I've been going in.
I think that, well, we're gonna have to go with this again on this, and the tough question is, again, let's stop it and go to the solution, which this is part of the solution. What stopped a couple of council members, we do have another, and actually Blake and his group provided some information as far as another potential solution. And one of the things that we discussed was there's a company that does burn, they have boxes in essence, where they burn this type of material, and they set the boxes at the locations. The challenge we're gonna get, Blake, correct me if I'm wrong, is if you haul it off, you're paying for hauling fees, one, you pay for it for the labor, but to take it out and move it somewhere, and again, the question is, well, where do you move it, do you dispose of it? Well, we're supposed to probably in San Antonio somewhere at a site, or do you do this to where you eliminate some of the hauling costs and you just burn it? Now, when we've been looking at these particular boxes, the boxes themselves are approved through TCEQ, and so they would come and they would drop their boxes off. We met with them, with this group last week, and they were out here at our facility. And the idea is that we were going to do something like this, is to bring, I think 4 boxes of what we talked about, and they'd have them out here for a month, and we would burn the brush out there. Again, we do everything by regulation. What I don't have right now is the cost, and I don't know how much material, all that material we can burn in that month's period. I do know that we would burn some of it, I just don't know how much. If we needed it for 2 months, well, it's gonna cost that much. But that's right now what we're trying to figure out is, we don't want, even if we were to do something like simultaneous idea of burning it out there, not creating another problem like this. So the question, again, the answer to me, the recommendation to me is let's not create another, if we burn it, do whatever it is we're gonna do with it, it's gonna cost money. But let's not create the same problem, whether it's, to me, if we're being offered this, it's something we really have to consider, unless, we want to pay for it and include it as part of our rates, or have some capital improvements out there, and Blake can maybe help us with this, is actually put a scale house out there and measure and charge people for brush. Because right now, we're not, the metric is we look at it and say, hey, this is what it is, and we're gonna charge you this. Now, again, brush, we're not charging anything, but there is no true metric of, hey, Blake and them creating of our own, when he charges by the ton. They charge us, and so, what my position is, if they're charging us, we need to be able to charge by the ton to cover our costs. But that would require, again, some capital improvements, scale houses, and some dollars to be able to quantify what it is we're charging. They could take a measure and say it's still not really quantifying what we're being charged.
The bad thing about when you haul brush, you get no compaction. You can pound on it, and take a 40-yard roll-off box, and you might get 2 tons in there, 3 tons. We pick a lot of it up with the residential truck, it's got a compactor in there, 3 tons, and it's full and can't hold anymore. And we can legally haul 10 tons, we just can't get it in there. And, we're providing you, the other thing that we get this corrected, we're providing you an opportunity by picking the brush up at the curb. So that removes all the citizens having to load it up on a trailer, drag it out there, bring it out to your curb, or public will pick it up. And hopefully, this time next year when I come back to make this presentation, brush is not even an issue. It's all gone and the city is beautiful, and we're all doing good. And no more.
Mr. Reyes, can you bring us some numbers on incineration?
Yes, probably the next council meeting, or maybe the one in April, we'll have some cost estimates for you. And we'll also, I may have this gentleman also come and give a presentation, so you guys can actually see the containers and what it will entail. But yes, we'll have that information.
I think closing the facility out there for brush and disposal and then going to quarterly pickup in town will take care of most of the residents' needs. I think a lot of what's out there is probably like big jobs, people who are business, contractors and so forth, and dumping it out there. And a lot of that pile, it seems to be dirt too, because
That's what I was looking at, a lot of dirt. Not there, there's a lot of brush, but it's not as bad as when you first look at it. There's a lot of dirt underneath that brush.
So for the meantime, sir, are you gonna send out like notices or something to the,
There is no action on this. I would like to have council approval to close the facility, have an action item for maybe the next agenda. And then from there, we give some instructions and say this is what we're going to do. We may accept the budget till the end of this month and say this is, we need to have
So
some sort of.
explain to them why we're doing that.
Right.
Councilman Hernandez, if we go this quarterly deal, we're just not gonna say, okay, second quarter, we'll gradually move into it and come get the brush so that we start with a clean slate. We'll keep coming doing the monthly to a point, and then we ought to have the whole town clean, and then they go to putting the 8 yards out, and we'll get the quarterly and go from there.
We'll also have the amendment to the contract, that allows that to make sure, the changes to the contract, and we'll have it for the next meeting.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you for your time, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna sneak out, but y'all have a good evening. Thank you.
B, presentation of street paving estimated pricing for 2019-2020 fiscal year. Thank you.
And I want to make a comment on this presentation. LMB should be here doing this, and that's one of the reasons why I voted against them, for them to get, for them to go out and give us a bid for the streets. Because when we ask for these bids and see how much it costs, they're not here to tell us. So I really want to see the presentation, if y'all do, without them here, because we're not gonna have any answers to the questions.
The presentation is just gonna be giving more of an information piece. The reason we're doing this is because Suiza will propose, and again, we'll go into this. Suiza will propose as a council. LMD to this, again, this is, they did already this list. You can pull it up. What you have in your packet on page 35 is the estimated cost. And what you see in red there is the estimated cost of the streets in the city, like the, now, again, this is LMD's numbers, their information, and they pull this information from the 2016 street assessment they did for the city. So the total cost of the streets, you asked, you requested, I think we discussed this at the last council meeting, was over to $1 million according to these estimates. Now, I'm not gonna say that these estimates are pinpoint accurate.
And when I was looking at these numbers, and for the road that y'all fixed in the past, they're tripled in price from what y'all done before. And to go through a whole presentation, we know our streets are bad, we know it needs to get fixed. At the last council meeting, I wanted to go with another engineer company. We wanted to go for the RFQs from another company because we get the same story from LNB. Well, we need county help, or we can't do this, but yet we're paying them $40,000-$50,000 and nothing's getting done. Here, we told them that we wanted, the council agreed for them to go out there and give us an estimate on these streets and how much it's gonna cost us to repair them. They're not here. The prices that they're giving us are extremely high. And they've done work for us. We're not having to pay for the plans and the plots and where the drainage system is, the underground construction. They know all that. And they're continuing to overcharge us, and we're just paying them with our eyes closed because they're our city engineers. We don't need to go with them. And if we rush this, because the last motion that was made that we need to go with this engineer company, because we ain't got no time, we have a lot of time. The streets are bad. And they're gonna continue to stay bad if we keep rushing it and not paying full attention to what the engineer is giving us. We're throwing money away with this company.
Well, I think for tonight's purpose, you had a presentation to mention streets, is that right?
Right.
And I think if we keep the discussion at a minimum and just kind of have a general understanding of what is being presented, but I do want to hear more about streets and more about how we can get things done in a better way, because I'm not totally satisfied with what was done last time either. However, there's other issues that are before us as well. I mean, there's wells that have gone out, there's pile brush out there, there's problems with the water in terms of the tanks. The water tanks need to be cleaned up and so forth. There's a lot of silt in the water at times. I'm gonna say, we almost need to, I don't know, I think we discussed the council having a retreat in April.
Yes.
Possibly. I'm gonna say, we possibly need to take the time out at this point and look at everything.
And I agree
try,
with that.
and try to figure out, where do we go with the little money we have? Because, we can try to improve all the streets we want to, but there's a lot of issues that require money to do.
And I understand all that, but my frustration when it comes to L&D, and I've been very, very vocal on it, And I voted against that one time, and not to be the one trying to be voting against it just to be mean or whatever. It is that L&V has charged the city a lot of money. Until this gentleman showed up and L&V gave him an invoice one day and he said, I ain't paying this. It had nothing on it other than $30,000-$40,000, no work being done, no time clocking in, and that is what I'm upset with L&V. Our streets are the worst they've ever been. They've always been bad, but this is the worst I've ever seen it. And with L&V keep coming and saying, oh, this is what's gonna cost you, then we sell them to get it done, then they come back, well, we can't get it done, but my work is $50,000 and this is all I could do. We spent $50,000 just on their expertise. When we need to get these streets done, they're gonna get worse and worse. And I know we got salt in our water wells and we got other things too, but right now this presentation should have been done with our L&V that the council asked to go and get us numbers on that.
Okay, well, it is a presentation that either do this tonight, or if the council wishes to hold off until we.
Our deal is, we currently, the council authorized an invitation. What I'm saying is, based on the streets that the council's asking to be done, we do not have the funding to pay for, according to these prices.
According to L&V prices.
So what I'm saying is, we can put something out, with the understanding that the streets that get done are gonna meet the budget. We are not gonna go and, we don't have $1.2 million to spend on streets.
And this is with L&V's numbers, correct?
Now, correct, according to these estimates. And so, all we did tonight is said, hey, look, these are the streets that we have, that we recommend as a staff that you work on. What I've instructed staff to do is, look, you give us your recommendations to which streets, based on the list that's provided by council, the streets that you feel that you can see need to get done. That's why I wanted to provide visuals for you, so you can see, these are the streets, these pictures were taken last week, the streets that meet, again, the council has agreed to. All I'm saying is, I don't want to put something out for bid, and I can say, it's unfair to the people that are also putting in the bid to say, we want you to do all these streets, but we only have $300,000. And you have $800,000, $900, $1 million worth of work. I don't know, again, until we get the bids, but I also want to be rational. Can we really do all these streets for $300,000? And if we can't,
that's fine, but what can we fit? And that's when we're gonna come and sit here and say, as a council, which streets are the worst?
right?
And those will take priority.
According to, again, what we discussed the last meeting, you guys gave me a list of streets, and based on, I gave you the list of streets that the council provided. All these streets in red are all the streets that council mentioned at our meeting when we discussed streets. We could put the invitation for bid out, but again, if you look at all the items in red, their estimate, I'm not saying it's right, I'm saying their estimate is over $1.2 million. Now, if you go and, what I'm saying to the staff is, we can give you a list and say, these are what we recommend that you put out for bid, to be realistic, and say, this is what we can do for $300,000, according to some of these numbers. But it is, you're right, I mean, there is no, I can't tell you what the true amount's gonna be until we actually do the bids. But again, I don't want to go and tell you that all these streets are gonna get done for $300,000.
No, and that's the purpose of going out for bids, because of what L&V has done in the past with the numbers and the streets that were supposed to be fixed and they weren't fixed, or we couldn't afford them according to L&V. And that's one thing we ask, just because they're our city engineer, do we have to go with them? No, we don't. But like that, we have so many streets that need fixing, and we only have so much money to spend. It's only right that we go out for bids and be honest with these people that are putting out the bids and say, look, we have $350,000, and these are the number of streets that we want fixed. Is it possible? And what do y'all recommend? And when you have 3 bids in front of you, then we can be able to say we're getting our money's worth and we're not throwing taxpayers' dollars out the window.
I haven't received a task force. I've asked them for a task force for the work. I haven't received it. I don't know that we'll receive it. Task force.
How many times have you asked them for it?
I've asked them twice. Again, I'm saying that their contention is that you have a work estimate of $1.2 million. They're charging $30,000 worth of council.
And see, that's the problem I have. They know what money we have already. They know what we are budgeted for. So what do you think they're gonna charge us?
So, Mr. Reyes, to go out for invite other engineers, other companies to come in and help us out. What do we need to do?
We need to issue a request for qualifications, and council wants to do that, we can have them by the next meeting, and issue a notice to the current LME to say that we want to exercise our 30-day notice to terminate the contract. And again, give them a chance to put in for qualifications. If the council wants to move forward, looking at other engineering firms, I just confused.
I think it's in the best interest of our community and as stewards of the taxpayer money, we need to look at what we're doing with this. Because I'm not satisfied with the last street project. There was a lot of fissures and cracks and problems on the streets. And it was never explained to us. It was just really not explained. And the money went out to pay for all that. So we really need to see what else is out there.
Exactly.
We gotta get the most for our money because we owe it to the residents, the citizens.
I will have an item to the agenda next meeting, RFQ, and then to also rescind the authorization to issue the invitation for the streets.
And I know y'all spent time on this presentation, so if you want to go through it. or-
No, it's just we speech from last week, and
Okay, we'll put it on the next week.
we can discuss it next week.
Okay.
Okay, under new business, 6D, discuss and consider resolution number 2020-03-01, accepting the annual audit, financial statement, and opinion for fiscal year ending September 30th, 2018, as prepared by Leal and Porter, PC, and authorizing the city clerk to file the audit in accordance with the provisions of the city's home rule charter, Article 11, Section 11.11, and Chapter 103.003, Texas Local Government Code. This is an action item.
Motion. Second.
There's a motion second, all in favor? Unanimous? Yes, sir.
Councilman, this is a resolution to accept the audit as presented in the prior council meeting. As Mr. Dodd presented, there were some findings, some control issues. As for 2018, we anticipate some of those control issues to be present within 2019, but going forward, we are rectifying those issues with purchasing and bidding requirements. We have implemented procedures to reduce or eliminate those type of control issues. And I recommend that we approve this resolution and look forward to bringing item to proceed with the 2019.
So, yes, sir.
Go ahead.
So we're up to date with 2017.
Yes.
And this is 2017. That's the date up to that point. We
That's
still
correct.
need to go through 2019.
2019 as a September 2019, we're currently in the closing process. We should schedule Leon and Carmen to come in during April and complete the 5 week period.
And after all was said and done with financials, how did the 2017, 2018, what did our numbers look like?
Well, honestly, it was
Say it.
it's a symptom of some of the issues that we're talking about right now, getting the most bang for our buck. And part of it begins with the planning phase. Instituting some type of capital improvement plan, bringing those financial numbers to you, and making the best decision for the city, which includes our tax rate ability to issue debt, and you can't do that without a robust financial statement. For 2018, 2019, discussing this with Mr. Reyes right before the meeting, the city did, at least it looks like from our preliminary numbers, that we had a better year than we had in 2018. 2019, 2020, we're trending right at budget, so, which is a good thing. Moving forward, I think with the right information, beginning with our utility fund, our revenue should increase. Right now, we have a proposal or contract to look at our rates, and those rates will determine our liability going forward. And that's something that we bring to the council. And there's going to be some hard decisions that we'll have to make, but from a financial perspective, I think we're on the right path. I know you can't see it right now, but I do see a lot of things to come. And for an entity this size, we can't provide the best services to our citizens, but with the right decisions.
Sir, standards and pool, what is our rate?
We don't have a rating.
No rate.
No, since we haven't issued a 2018 audit, and we haven't gone out for debt or gone to the market to propose a debt structure or a plan, we wouldn't have a rating. No. So
Would you happen to know when was the last rating the city of Pearsall had?
it would have to be in 2016 when that debt was issued. Depending on the type of bonds that are issued, then, well, yeah, you would have a rating. But at the foundation of that rating is a capital improvement plan, supported with rates from our utility side and our tax side. And at that point, once you have that plan, you'll have people, or the market is more prone to sell your bonds. And that allows us to lay the foundation for our infrastructure, provide the citizens with the best services that we can. And right now, our revenue generating component, it will always be taxes and our utilities. That's what provides the revenues to pay for our debt and provide the services. And no point with those rates, these sets, so we could make a profit. It's just, any amounts that are left over will go back into the infrastructure, go back to the next improvement plan, which would include streets, drainage, and
And I think
elevator tax.
We would be good, in 2015, we did have a rating, and it was, I believe it was a triple A minus. And it was in 2015, I remember signing off on that.
Okay.
And I know that we can be there again, because
Of
we were
course,
there at one
of
time.
course. And it's just a matter of catching up to where we are and issuing our financial statements on a timely basis.
So when was the last CAFR done?
We've never done a CAFR. It's never been, there was an attempt to do a CAFR.
An attempt?
Correct.
We were presented with a CAFR.
Well, of course, so that CAFR needs to be sent off to the GFOA, and that amount, those financial statements need to be,
They needed to be
Approved.
completed
the achievement,
until they could approve it.
the achievement award.
You get an achievement award, and that's what we talked about a little bit, but this achievement award, the GFOA recognizes that you have your financial statements in order that you.
And they meet standards. Now,
They didn't do anything for the rating.
no.
No.
No, at some point, we can move towards that. Right now, I've focused on issuing basic financial statements that are accurate and timely. That goes a long way. It makes no sense to try to compile a CAFR at this point. Get it 2019 out, start on 2020, and then possibly 2021 we'll have that.
Last comment that I have, sir, how long have you been here?
I've been here 3 months.
3 months. I want to thank you very much for all your service, and it's very impressive with everything you've done. You completed an audit and not being completed. You started another audit that we had no clue where we're at, and I want to thank you very much for your service. And I hope I know it's your job, but I hope you stick around.
I plan to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So this is an action item.
Make a motion to consider resolution number 2020-03-01 and accepting the annual audit financial statement and opinion for fiscal year ending September 30th, 2018, as prepared by Leal and Carter, PC, and authorizing the city clerk to file the audit in accordance with the provisions of the City Home Rule Charter, Article 2, Section 11.11, and chapter 103.003, Texas Local Government Code.
Okay, there is a motion to accept the audit.
Second.
And we have a second. All in favor? It's unanimous. Thank you, sir. 6C, discuss, consider, and adopt resolution number 2020-03-02 to designate authorized signatories for the 2019 Texas CDBG program grant 7219325.
Motion.
Action item, motion on the table,
Second.
and a second, all in favor? Okay.
Therefore, council, these three items are all requirements for the CDBG grant. We have items C, D, and E, I believe. And we let those all items, we have to, council has to approve of in order for us to meet the CDBG standards. And so, council, I think, approved the CDBG as far as the project, I want to say last fiscal year. Nonetheless, it's a sewer project that it's gonna be happening with this, and so we ask for your approval of these three items. I don't know if you have any division, but they're all related to the CDBG funding.
Any discussion? Okay.
So I'd like to make a motion that we approve resolution 2020-03-02.
There's a motion on the table to approve.
Second.
There's a second, all in favor? Carries unanimous. Okay, 6D, discuss, consider, approve resolution number 2020-0303, adopting required CDBG civil rights policies. Action item,
Motion.
motion,
Second.
and a second, all in favor? Yes. Same line, it's just the policies.
Policies that they have to be adopted, yes.
And it's just an annual thing, it's like, I don't know. I guess we did this last time.
Every time you apply for the grant, you have to,
And we get that annually versus the county, right? The county gets it every 2 years or something.
It's about, it's every two years. I can verify that.
All right. There's no discussion, is there a motion?
I'll make the motion. To consider and approve resolution number 2020-03-03, adopting required CDBG civil rights policy.
Is there a second?
second.
Motion and second, all in favor? Unanimous? Okay, E, proclaim April as Fair Housing Month. Action item.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor? Any discussion? No discussion?
Motion.
Motion?
Motion to proclaim April as Fair Housing Month.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor? Unanimous? Yea and nay. Bill Passel will. Okay, 6A. Discuss and consider authorizing city manager to execute a copier lease agreement with Xerox Business Solutions Southwest to replace the city's copiers.
Motion.
Second.
There's motion is second, all in favor? That's our ten.
Council members, you have before you, recommendation to approve city manager to execute a lease agreement with Xerox Business Solutions Southwest to replace the district's current lease agreements. At this point, I'm consolidating on these agreement and venture into this year agreement. Basically say we'll take advantage of BIR vendor pricing and save the city about $450 a month. Right now we have several agreements in place with different varying prices, different overages for every time that we go over the set amount of copies for that particular machine. They'll charge us extra pennies on it for every copy that we make. By consolidating, we'll take advantage of that pricing and save us a significant amount of money.
Will this include any repairs and
Yes,
solar and all that
for
stuff?
all that
It's
repair.
everything the same, but if you're saving $450, you're being charged.
It includes all the supplies, maintenance, and things of that nature. It all also replaces the 3 or 4 year-old machines that we have.
And you would recommend that?
Like it would.
It's an annual agreement.
It's a 48-month lease for $17,232.12 a year. So it'll come out after that 48 lease. We have the option of renewing again, increasing or replacing the machines that are currently in place.
So it's 4 years.
Yeah. So at this point, the leases that we have now are expiring, and I'd like to just consolidate all of them and go ahead and take advantage of replacing them with new machines.
This includes the new building.
Yes.
All right,
There's no other questions, I'd like to make a motion
okay.
to consider authorizing the city manager to execute a copier lease agreement with Xerox Business Solutions Southwest to replace the city's copiers.
Second.
Okay, the motion is to authorize the city manager.
Yes.
And a second, all in favor? Motion passes, unanimously. Okay,
That's what it's
6,
supposed to be, right? Authorization.
6G, discuss and consider authorizing the city manager to execute change order number 2 for the new city hall.
Mayor Pro Tem Council, and I did put something in your,
The 17,900?
I missed that, well, the amount that you had didn't include, the math was wrong on it, so I had to
It's lower?
correct the math. Oh, that would be nicer, but, there are some changes there. So if you see, you look at what they gave us initially, compared to this one, the math was, their calculation was wrong. The other thing that we, they had asked for credit on was the electrical, that's gonna be, it's a light that's supposed to be put out back in for, it's on the plan, I think they were gonna have a little seating area for staff or whatever. So they gave us about $5,000 credit. I think the plan now shows that there will be 7 parking spaces. I'm saying south of the building, which will be added, and no more area seating. So we're proposing a total of $17,957.25 to add additional parking. I think that puts us at 14 parking spaces.
Do we need additional? Because we can park right here across the street?
That was the discussion we had. It was, to me, I think there was some council members and folks that thought we needed some additional parking.
That's gonna cost us $17,000.
If you want any additional parking. If you want, you have a total of 7 parking spaces out there. I mean, some people thought, well, if there's customers,
Because we don't have any money that we're playing with. This is,
there's not a lot of money. I will have an update for the council. We're gonna have one more item, probably, it's kind of for the council meeting on furniture.
so we still have to add the furniture. And we were barely pushing 50,000, I think, left over.
We are, there's not a lot of money, for that project. So what we could do, this thing, we want to hold, well, we gotta let them know, because they do need utilities part of their, whether they really want to do construction. We don't want, I don't want them to mobilize twice, for them to say, yeah, we'll finish the project, and we can come back and do.
This was money that was, included with the Buckingham Park and stuff, right? There should have
But
been-
there's no money
There's
left
no,
over.
no, that's what I'm saying.
And my thing is that I drive by City Hall almost every day. There's like maybe 10 cars parked out here.
Well,
It's not full.
but that building is gonna get used daily by, the court.
Municipal court.
Municipal court. And there's quite a few people there.
You do have, so.
Because if we use 17,000, we're gonna have like 18,000 left for furniture. Furniture's gonna cost us a good 50,000.
We do have to look at the, I don't have pricing for that yet. We should have some pricing on furniture in the next week or so.
So what are you anticipating the furniture amount will be?
I have no idea. I don't, it's just, like I said, there's furniture, we probably have enough funding to fund, both. But again, I don't know the cost of furniture, so I hate to tell you that.
I don't know why the $50,000 is sticking in my head. That's all we're gonna have left without the furniture and without the the change order. Am I wrong?
I'd have to check that, and just to get an accounting for the entire project.
So I remember when we were calculating numbers of the park, because of the restrooms not being done, and then when we were approving L&B to be the project manager of the new city hall, they charged us, what did they charge us? $200,000 to be our project manager. And they're not even there, so just for the record, I want that to be noted. We were only gonna have very little money left, and that was my concern that I said during the meeting. Okay, we're gonna approve the building to be built without change order reserves and without money allocated for furniture. And council decided it doesn't matter, we need this building going up, it went up. We had no change order money reserved, and we didn't have no money budgeted for furniture. And that's my concern. If we only have 50, and I don't know, if this is a number that's ringing in my head, $50,000. This is already $20,000 right here without furniture.
You had 3 items that were in part of your building budget, which was change over 1, 2, and then you had the IT infrastructure. So there was no budget for those items. Those are all out there, and see that there's some money in the fund balance. I think that in that particular project, I have to, if we approve this, I can take it the next meeting. I just honestly, and I don't think it's furniture.
And that's just to add what, 7 more parking?
So
I just believe, if we're gonna do the parking, we might as well get it done to meet the future needs as well. I mean, we need to have them do it once and for all, if we can, like.
What you don't want
Get
is
to finance.
to not do it and say, hey, we want somebody to come do it, and I'm sure you probably know.
So, okay, so we do go with it, and we do approve the $17,957 for parking, and we run out of money for furniture. Where are we getting that money from?
You have to get that from the fund balance.
And more likely, we're gonna run out of money.
We have to, reason some of that is because projects we talked about, this projects were combined, we were the board of Park, there is no, this is project, it's just business. So there's some accounting that has to take place to make sure, and there's other dollars that TML can give us after we show them what we spent. So I think that's, I want to say it's an additional $25,000, but you have to spend the money.
Good.
Yeah.
Cover that. So there's some additional dollars that I don't know what the cost is.
I think, sir, my opinion is that, I think that we should just wait on this, and I think that we were to base parking and furniture, which is the most needed.
Well, but I think what Mr. Ray is saying is we can have both, looks like.
But you can't give us an accurate number.
I don't know the cost of it.
My thing is, if we wait on it's not saying that we're not gonna do the parking lot right now. We're still gonna have money left over to be reserved, to table this, and to say, okay, let's buy our furniture first. It needs furniture, because we're gonna have municipal court in there now. We need tables, we need new chairs, everything's changing in there. It needs furniture.
Because it's not like it goes at the very beginning. The very beginning, if you remember, I think you came at the very beginning of the project, that there was no parking lots at all. Now, eventually, we found 7. So now we have 7. And now we just.
Because there was no parking. I think the council asked for parking.
I think all the parking is going to be across the street.
Yes.
And I think that falls in the lap of mismanagement at the very beginning, when that's should have been addressed. So now it's falling back on our lap, and now we gotta be penny pinching, and we still don't have the porta potty park finished. The restroom, it hasn't even been touched.
To make sure that that's on the radar, there's not gonna be hardly any money at all for any of those.
Okay.
Sir, if no other action, go ahead, the motion will deny the change order number 2.
I'll second that.
There is a motion from the table to deny and a second. All in favor? All against?
Yeah.
So the motion to deny fails. Is there any other motion?
to authorize the city manager to execute change order number 2 for the new city hall.
There's a motion on the table to authorize city manager. There's a second,
I'll second.
and a second, all in favor? Okay, the motion passes.
And we'll have some pricing throughout the next council meeting. We'll have a better gauge of where we are as far as whatever additional dollars, if we need additional dollars.
So for the record, can you address the last vote? What was the last vote? 3-2?
The last vote was,
No, Brenda's motion.
Yeah,
oh,
make it.
the second motion,
Yeah.
3-2.
3-2.
Okay, let's see, where's next? H, discuss and consider authorizing city manager to enter into an agreement with Granicus for agenda, data, and video management. This is an action item.
Good evening,
Is there a motion?
Mayor Pro Tem.
There's a motion, a second, all in favor? Okay,
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. We've been discussing here recently, trying to change things up from the current software that we have for agendas. We found one, it's called Granicus. It's not just for agenda management. It also incorporates data management, which means digitizing our files finally, along with video streaming. Not just with this hardware, but it's actually going to be incorporated into your chambers, everything's gonna be upgraded totally. Fiscal impact, we do have a one-time fee to start up the hardware, which is gonna be the cameras, the microphones, all that's getting everything hooked up. $5,962.50. First annual fee will be $63.61.20. To get it up and going, it will be 60 to 90 days to implementation. Once we do, if we do have an agreement with you guys, we'll go ahead and get what they call a kickoff call with them. We'll be assigned a project manager who will be hands-on with us every step of the way. Anytime we have an issue, they'll be the one that we go to. That's at no cost. That training on the system, on all 3 systems, is at no cost. Anytime we have a problem, we can call them anytime. They'll be able to walk us through anything.
You tell them what all it does, first as far as includes and details. What the software does, the video side of it, what we can do for them, what we anticipate. On the video side? One of the things that we saw on the video side that was good is once we stream everything will be up in the cloud.
Yes.
When we stream the items, one of the things you'll be able to do is if you're, even the public, if they want to follow a meeting, they'll be able to go to a particular agenda item and click on that item, so they won't have to listen to the entire.
It'll be bookmarked.
Also help the media, I believe, and if they need to, want to discuss an item, it'll take them to that item. They won't have to look or review the entire agenda. It'll be available for the entire public. The other thing I thought was really good about this is, again, we've had, as far as our data management, it definitely needs to be something that ties, all that'll be in the cloud. We have backups, there's backups for the data management. We are gonna have to, as we start importing material, that's gonna be a task because it's gonna be a lot of data that goes, that we need to be able to send up to the cloud. So there's several years, I know Crystal right now is trying to do the best she can, but a lot of it is on her computer, and Lord help us if something happens to the computer, but it's a lot.
It'll actually be saved twice, one on the East Coast as well as the West Coast in the cloud.
We have
And of course, what we have here.
I'm sorry, we have money budget for that?
That comes with it. That's included.
Comes out of administrative.
We're gonna
Yes.
ask administration, we're gonna ask the music contingency money on that, there's a line item in the operating budget. We're asking.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I know it talks about a one-time fee of 6,000, close to 6,000. But the annual fee, how much is that? And for how long?
You go first.
No, I'm sorry, the annual fee is that, I'm sorry, but for how long?
And
Yeah, it's just annual, it's gonna reoccurring. So once we start, that'll be our calendar date. So we do the one-time fee That's just the one-time fee to get everything started. If you look on your quote for, page 167, sorry, 137, that's where it breaks it down to the first year. So our first year, in addition to that startup fee, will be the $6,361.20. Year 2, it goes to $68.06, and then year 3, $72.82.
Do we have anything like this currently?
No, not even
No.
close. We've searched, I've looked, this is the one thing that we can find that encompasses all 3 of the things that we want to get done, to achieve. And at this price, we looked at another system, what was that other system? It was like at least 20-something thousand just to get the video streaming. That was it. That didn't include data management, that didn't include agenda software. So we would still be have to pay civic clerk, who we're not satisfied with, in addition to this $20,000 just to video stream the meetings. So this is the best version that we can find that's very, very affordable.
And do you know how this, like what kind of reviews or, I mean, I don't know, how do you
It's
check to see how something like
widely
this?
used, Mr. Reyes has used it previously.
Oh, okay.
He's familiar.
I called phone IT director.
Yes.
And then this is one of the products that's come up with recommended. I was several cities, they gave us a spiel as to how to use this, several cities, it's small and large. To me, it's the best way for us to keep track of, information we have to keep track of, particularly Crystal. And so, I think you'll have, on streaming videos, as you know, right now, we stream the videos, we import them, we put them on YouTube. This would,
I think anything is better than what we have right now.
so
Questioning that software.
we would still.
Well, I mean, I do have like you have a right to be asking questions of one. So I just want to know how this thing, if you guys know if it works, I mean.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, it works. We've looked, they give us a couple of sites to go ahead and look at as well. I think they give us like 2 different cities to review their websites and how it functions and how easily it flows. And, yeah.
Do they give you a timeline as to how long it might take to archive some of the documents and stuff?
That's a good question. The archiving, and Crystal's gonna, this isn't part of the cost, but the whole idea is there's a lot of data that needs to be archived. And so it's like, we pay somebody to do it ourselves, and we hire help to help us archive 20 years of data, however far we want to go back.
You
We
have
can
to hire
archive
somebody.
as much as we want. I mean, it's all be up in the cloud. There's unlimited usage as far as how much we want to archive. It's just a matter of actually doing scanning everything and getting it up in the cloud. It's going to be Crystal's challenge, I say, but it'll be mine too. Yes.
As far as scanning and stuff like that, we've tinkered around a couple of ideas.
One of the things we talked about was the workforce deals, also some labor, takes workforce in the summer months. That's one of the ideas we talked about, but we haven't, really requires to get it in there.
Okay. Anything else? This is an action item.
I'll make a motion to consider authorizing the city manager to enter into agreement with the managers for agenda, data, and video management.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to authorize city manager to enter an agreement with Magnus. All in favor? Unanimous? Thank you. I, discuss and consider setting a date, time, and place for a public hearing on a request for a conditional use permit for Delicia Hernandez at 620 West Ave. Action item?
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor? Yes.
Good evening, council. We have Mr. Lucia Hernandez, who's the property owner at 620 West.
Can we, go ahead.
620 West Double Line. Should be placing a 2001 double wide measuring 28 feet by 76 feet. Should be using this mobile home as her primary residence. 14 items were mailed out on February 25th and March the 6th marked the 10th day in which the recipients had to answer the letter, and there were no responses to these letters. As we know, the city's manufacturing mobile home ordinance says that the council has to do a public hearing. So the earliest date of publication that I can do for Ms. Hernandez would be March 19th. So we would make a date for 30 days after, and that being on or after April 18th, which is a Saturday.
Was that for the public hearing?
Correct.
April 18th?
Yes, but that's a Saturday. Some important dates to know, April 14th is the regular meeting, and early voting starts April 20th and 21st, which are the city's 12-hour days.
Okay, so that it has to be done after the 18th, right?
Correct.
Can be done before.
Correct.
Are we having any special meetings after that, sir?
Yes, I was gonna mention
On
that to
Tuesday?
council, we do wanna move forward with some special meetings this year.
It's 18, 19, 20.
April will be a busy month. for us.
April 21st.
Yes,
It'll be a Tuesday.
yes, I'll give you all that information here.
Whenever we do have a special meeting, you do have the option of doing it the first week of early voting. You just have to put it at like a different location, which generally you guys have always had a special meeting and we have it at the Lex. So that is an option.
Okay, if there's no other discussion, I'd like to make a motion.
Anybody else?
Second.
Oh.
I didn't make a motion. Oh.
Yes, yes, sir.
The motion is to be, considered, April 21st for open hearing, for the public hearing on a request for conditional use permit for Delicia Hernandez at 620 West Double Street, to be held at 5:30 at the public library.
We have time.
Well, we can, we're
That's
gonna have a special
Oh, I
meeting
have
at
to be
6.
at 7.
Well, because if the special meeting is at 6, we have to hold it 30 minutes prior.
Yeah, because I have, that's my 2 12-hour days, so I'll be here till 7 p.m.
But we can host it ourselves, with our city manager.
As long as he's gonna have.
Because if the meeting's gonna be here at 6, we have to do it 30 minutes prior to the special meeting. The public hearing has to be for 30 minutes.
All right, there's a motion on the table to set.
And that place,
date.
I'm so sorry.
At the public library.
At the public library, 5:30. Is there a second?
Second.
And a second. All in favor?
Thank you, Council.
Thank you. Okay, item 7, executive session in accordance with Texas Government Code Chapter 551, Chapter A. We can now go to executive session to review and discuss the city manager's employment evaluation. Okay? So is there a motion to go into executive session?
Motion.
Okay. Motion second, all in favor?
Time, 8:30.
Time is 8:31.
You updated one, yeah. I can give you mine. Are you?